Hi and welcome to the Golf Monthly Guide to the best utility irons in the market this year. Utility irons are great for better players because it gives them the option to get the ball in the fairway from the tee or to take on a long par 3 with that slightly lower flight. If you're a slightly higher handicapper and you've aversion to hybrids, then really you've got some game improvement irons. You pick the longer irons from those for that type of shot. But really for better players, we've broken this down into 3 categories. We've got the most forgiving ones, we've got the better player ones, we've got a couple of utilities we think are better for elite players. So first off, we're going to look at the most forgiving category, and this is really for low to high single-figure handicap players who want a bit of forgiveness but also that playability that these utility irons offer. And the 3 models I picked out here are the Wilson Staff Model Utility Iron, we've got the TaylorMade Stealth DHY, and we've got the Ping Eye Crossover. The Wilson is good if you're on a bit of a budget. It's a good value for money option. The TaylorMade Stealth DHY is excellent in terms of having a bit of technology in there which will launch very high. It's a very forgiving iron. But I think for me, in this particular area, I would pick the Ping Eye Crossover. And the reason is that it's got more of an iron feel and look about it. They've narrowed the sole a little bit from the previous model. You've got a head which has got quite a fast face in it. There's a little bit of offset here which helps give you a bit more forgiveness in the club. It does launch a little bit higher than most of the other models that we come to a bit later on. And we've also got an adjustable hosel here. It's one of the few to still have this in the market at the moment, where you can vary the loft by 1 degree or 1.5 degrees up or down, and also change the lie as well. And when you've got a choice of 3 different loft heads, and that gives you ability to cover a lot of different lofts in the bag, and that should help you find the club that will really dial in to suit your needs. Moving on now to the better player category, and this is where most of the models in the market sit. These are aimed at single figure golfers from maybe scratch up to about 5 or 6, and we've got a whole variety of models we've tested. We've got the Titleist U505, we've got the TaylorMade Stealth UDI, we've got the Cobra King Tech utility, we've got the Mizuno Pro, and we've got the Strixon ZX Mark II. They all have different characteristics. The Titleist U505 has got quite a broad sole and it's quite forgiving, gives a slightly higher flight. The TaylorMade Stealth UDI has got quite a lot of technology in the head, where it's got a speed pocket and is really quite forgiving for a head of that size. The Cobra King Tech utility has been changed a little bit from previous models. No adjustability now, but you've got a slightly thinner sole with a bit more of a forged head to maybe be more like a better player's iron. We've then got the Mizuno Pro, which is a forged head, and if you like black, then this is one of the 2 models that we've covered, which has that color head if you like that sort of thing. And finally, we have the Strixon ZX Mark II, which is probably my pick of the bunch. It's a forged head with a forged face as well. And what they've done with the Mark II model this year is they've actually slimmed the sole down a little bit from the previous model, so it plays a little bit more like a forged iron. It's also got a really good feel from it as well. And it's just got that classic iron look, which I think will fit into most sets, whether you've got blades or whether you've got some other type of forged cavity back or compact looking irons. So for better players, then I think the Strixon ZX Mark II is my choice for the one to go for. Finally, the last category I've picked here is for elite players, and by that I mean players with really quite high swing speed, so well over 100 miles an hour with a driver in order to get the launch that comes with these irons, because they tend to have quite compact heads. And you tend to have to be quite precise with them. And there's 2 models in this particular category. We've got the Callaway Forged UT utility and also the TaylorMade P790 UDI. The Callaway is particularly good, I think, if you like that forged feel, and it's about precision because it has great feel from it and it will flight it quite well. It's probably not a distance utility iron, if you know what I mean, but it is there if you like being able to shape shots and have a club which looks more like a classic long iron to blend in to your regular set. But really the pick from this is the TaylorMade P790 UDI. Now this is a distance iron if you can hit it in the middle. It is quite a compact head, but with the speed pocket in the sole and the foam they've got on the head, in the right hands I've seen people use this and they can hit it a very long way and very accurately as well. So you do need the club head speed and the accuracy to get the most out of it, but that would be my pick if you are an elite player. So that's my personal choices here. We've reviewed all of these clubs, and if you want to find out more about them, there are full in-depth reviews all on the Golf Monthly website. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you again soon.